their Saints burst from the towel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year, with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Brady now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He stiff arms it. Shoves him aside near the 35. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Get the ball.
Off the play fake. McPherson forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Play action. McPherson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But I think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Brady now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 36. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Try and run for it with Jones. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win.
Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. It turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go one more. Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Hey, we got 4. We got 4.
Back to throw. McPherson. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the counter, here's Kamara. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Let's go. Back to 60. Back to 60. Touchdown, defense. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage, good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And after the good gain last play. This time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Off the bootleg. McPherson sliding out of the pocket. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Rondale Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56 right there, 56.
Play action. Now it's Brady. They'll buy some time right. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On play action, it's Brady. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike, boy, 56. Check 56.
Shotgun now for Brady. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Brady. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Brady now on first down. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Jones. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
Only going to get a yard to about the 2. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Brady going to throw. Being chased out left. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Hey, there it is. Touchdown, baby.
Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Buccaneers 17, Saints 7. Mike Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Double time. 4 down, 4 down. Back to 60, back to 60.
Off the play fake. McPherson. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming
10th carry for Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
You got nothing.
Off the bootleg, McPherson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Wait, 20! Here we go, hey, check, right 21, right 21, check, right 21.
Now on 2nd and 16. Brady. That's caught on the right side of Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On play action, now Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there after the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Brady to throw again. Escaping the pressure. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athlete. Oh, the Buccaneer press pressure too much. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. McPherson. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Back to throw. McPherson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football and to bring you the second half from the Superdome. Let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Again, it's Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
90 is a Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. McPherson flushed out right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for New Orleans.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, check right 72. Check right 21. Hey, watch the slant.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a play fake. Brady. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. A nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone that was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The lines move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
To throw again. McPherson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. And they get Tristan Wirfs, 1st-round pick in 2020. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get ready.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Wait, that wide 80. Check 56. Mike 56. Alpha 56. Let's go, dude. Mike 56. Mike 56. Who that? Who that? 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They don't think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
56.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady eluding the pressure right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Into the hands of Darden. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On first down, Brady. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the Saints' 20-yard line.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
The give is to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
And it brings up third down.
This is Smith.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
56 for Mike. 56 for Mike.
Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. No gain on the screen there in 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
56 for Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Watch out. Cover.
Now Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds moments of this third quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now a 2nd down and 6. Looking to throw. McPherson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
6 yards to go.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
90 is the mic. It's our time.
Back to throw. McPherson. Hard throw, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Fournette, a first down carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy. They practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Brady now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the... In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Watch the edge.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking to throw. McPherson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, McPherson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He hits Moore. Well, he's got some breathing room. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Kamara. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. The Bucs Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and sneak it here. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Saints 14.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Offense set to begin their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I put the word big in capital letters here. Jones. Oh, what a move. Oh, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. You think about the great running backs in the game today. I don't know if Aaron Jones is a name that comes immediately to mind, but it should, evidenced by that run there.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
Your catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First down. 1st and 10.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, McPherson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
90 is a mic. I'm here all day.
They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Along with Jones on 1st down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they take a knee. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Buccaneers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.